Hey everybody, hopefully there's some audio here. Hey! Oh, there we go, you can hear it, perfect. That was mostly to test to see if I could hear it, so greetings, and welcome to another Saturday stream. After a few days of technical issues, / baking brownies for students, and then working, I am now finally able to get back and stream a little bit. Following the Sony event on Wednesday, there was a particular thing that I decided I wanted to hop back into, and that is the game Control. Now, unfortunately, due to the technical issues, I've kind of gotten a little way through the game because I couldn't stop myself from playing it. And so I am going to be hopping into it a little bit into the game right after the first Tommasi boss fight. And it's been a while since I played this. In fact, the last time I played the early hours of the game was probably early 2020. Like, we're talking right before everything got closed up and shut down. I did end up finishing that, but I unfortunately never made it through all of the DLC. Now, another reason why I've not gone back and played it is I don't actually own a PS5 copy of it. I only have it on PS4, and since I've got a digital-only console, I wasn't able to just put my disc in and then, hey, re-upgrade or anything? No, nothing like that. So, I did break down and go ahead with the PS Plus subscription, as ultimately, I think I spend as much on, Taco Bell a month. I can just skip out on Taco Bell and go with this. So we are going to go ahead and pop right into it. Decided to make a fancy overlay for it, and we'll go ahead and click onto it. And we'll go ahead and close out of that. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over my screen. So I will be switching over to my source. Yeah, the other issue I ran into is for some reason my DisplayPort connection from my computer to my monitor completely stopped working. So I had to spend a fair amount of time troubleshooting that in the last few days. So here we are, post Tommasi boss fight, right around the mailroom. Now, up until right around the time, if not right after the release of Control, I had only ever played the original Max Payne. That's how far back any of my Remedy knowledge goes. Specifically, I remember playing that, gosh, had to have been on... No, I think it was on Xbox, because I think my cousin had an Xbox back then. Of course, I was not supposed to be playing it, because it was not intended for youngsters. I was gonna say, I'm like, was that music or a door opening? There are quite a few things I did not originally pay much attention to when I first played this. I mostly was playing it for aesthetics and did not realize how interconnected things actually are. Rate of fire boost, cool beans. I will say I kind of feel like I'm hampered because I do not have all the rad powers that you end up unlocking as the game goes onward. Like dashing and flying and levitating. All stuff that I really enjoy doing. Just chucking things is my favorite thing to do when it comes to fighting. Alright, some lore.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined it first. Honestly, the odds of all that will show up inside the U.S. Embassy. Talk about good luck, huh? so much easier to... Are you still recording this?
Alright, so yeah, if you're not familiar with it, the whole Havana Syndrome event, lots of theories still surrounding that, but it's interesting that they decided to explain it away using in-universe stuff here.
Roberto Tommasi, head of comms.
And we can take a look. I've not looked at all of the collectibles because there are so many. They're really good and deep with a lot of lore. We can check out Tommasi's ID. It was issued it in 2016, and it expires October 21st of 2019. I forget what day of the year you currently play in. Honestly, I could spend an entire stream just going over all of the lore files, and I think that's what I might do. Just because I am beginning to get very invested in this series. Growing up, I was a big fan of some of the more paranormal things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then as I got older, shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, even the X-Files was pretty cool, even though I didn't watch it much as a kid. I might actually go back to it at some point. Because I believe there's like another sequel or another continuation coming or something. Or maybe somebody just made a reference in a video. So here we go. We got
Ocean View Hotel and Casino. Dream Logic. Light switch cord. Door marked Black Pyramid.
I just love the aesthetics of this so much. That is what initially drew me in to this whole game. Just its aesthetics and its style. I've never tried coming back here after flipping it the first time. Okay.
Have we been here before? No. I stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, run under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
I've also always been very interested in, dream logic, the many worlds interpretation. For a long time, my friend and I, we would talk about dreams and how effectively... Oh, that's interesting. It's the first time I noticed the ladder out there. It's like the only object outside that you can see. Red ladder. But yeah, we talked about how dreams, are potentially parallel realities. So when you are dreaming, you are inhabiting the body of your alternate self. Something that ended up being a plot point in the most recent Doctor Strange film. So yeah, I've always been interested in sort of the weird stuff and interconnected universes, and then, who is coming by to investigate these sort of instances. It wasn't until about 10 years ago that I finally actually sat down and watched through Twin Peaks. Turns out that's 100% up my alley, and I devoured everything about it.
He has a black pyramid on it.
And so, if you're familiar with Twin Peaks, then you know the kind of aesthetics we're dealing with here. Especially in things like Alan Wake, which I completely had never played until just a few months ago when I got the remaster. I still have not finished it, and I intend to finish it, especially before the sequel comes out, because now I am heavily invested in this series, and I kind of wish I could play Quantum Break, but I do not have the hardware for that. So we're gonna go over here to the Black Pyramid door and keep on going here. There we go. Just gonna use the light switch to... And... there we go. So cool. And hotline time. Call the board / long distance. Also been fascinated with the astral plane and, you know, astral projection in dreams. I was very hyped. First time I saw Insidious, I was like, whoa, cool, astral projection. You know, traveling outside of one's body and then dealing with things. Like, pretty cool. There's certainly more references that I've already understood from a couple of clips about, you know, Control and everything. There was the episode of Night Springs in the remake, or sorry, the remaster of Alan Wake, where at one point they briefly drop in that a guy was a scientist at a thing called the Moorcock Institute. At the time, I did not realize it was a reference to the works of Michael Moorcock, who has very quickly become one of my favorite authors. He is in my...
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team, my management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tommasi, Salvador, Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you.
Well, if you're gonna tell anyone...
Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Honestly, Jesse, this would be the one kind of group of people that you probably could tell about. Your friend Polaris. So crazy, so crazy. But yeah, like I was talking about before, Michael Moorcock famously is one of the first people to ever talk about a multiverse when it came to their literary works. An idea which was then picked up not long after by Marvel and used heavily since then. So in many ways, you could say that Michael Moorcock is father of everything dealing with multiverses, and if you're even tangentially familiar with Alan Wake and some of these other Remedy games, there's definitely a multiverse at play, which is super rad. I will say the idea is being used a little bit too much these days, but I believe if you do it in a clever way, then it is a fantastic conceit, especially if you start talking about, different archetypes showing up in multiple places. Again, one of Moorcock's ideas is the theory of an eternal champion, effectively a sort of meta-protagonist. Throughout every universe, there is a protagonist. They can take many different shapes and forms, but they share some interesting parts of DNA, sometimes quite literally sharing DNA, but that is not always the case. So in some cases, let's say, for instance, Jesse Faden would be a aspect of the... Oh, okay, there is a guy standing there. I thought I just saw a random shadow. But you could say that Jesse Faden would be an aspect of the Eternal Champion. A protagonist that is inhabiting this particular universe at a particular time, and her destiny would be to, bring balance to things. Another idea put forth by Moorcock was this thought of the universe, or the universes, essentially being in a state of conflict between the between the forces of law and chaos, essentially order and disorder, harmony and discord, not light and dark. That is actually not what that would be. Light and dark would imply like a good and evil dichotomy, and that is very specifically not what he's going for. Specifically, just order and chaos, entropy and stagnation. So there are actually some aspects of the Eternal Champion that inhabit roles that have them working on the side of chaos, changing things up. And in other cases, you have, a more traditional protagonist working for law. And so you end up with some, hey, anti-hero is working with chaos and hero is working with, the good guys with law. But as it turns out, not everybody on either side is good or bad. There's a lot of shades of gray. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Emily real quick.
Did you get the hotline? How is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry.
I got the hotline. I can make out what you're saying.
Slow it down, Emily Pope.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tommasi, but he's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that in the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help. Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Yeah, the oldest house the building it is based on is a very intriguing one. It's especially famous if you've watched Mr. Robot on USA, or now I guess Amazon Prime is the primary way to stream it. If you've not checked it out, it is absolutely worth it. 4 seasons of just incredible incredible stuff. Oh my gosh. Soundtrack, the direction, cinematography, everything. AAA high marks. I mean, it's not very often that a network is just like, yeah, run as long as you want. This week's an hour-and-a-half episode, go for it. 2 hour, alright, sure. Like, wow. Also, they had been renewed, or like they had been like given the green light and renewed for 2 seasons after just the pilot. Alright, let's talk to Emily real quick again.
Hi, Jesse.
Okay. Sure.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Pretty self-explanatory.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and in many ways, it's actually kind of like Warehouse 13, if you've ever seen it. Again, very much in the same oeuvre, I guess you could say. A governmental organization, but their job is to, collect and contain artifacts that could very much upset the balance of things. Just different objects that are imbued with different energies and abilities based on, in at least Warehouse 13's case, emotion. So a good example would be there was a Christmas episode and this object would grant, Christmas wishes. But often quite literally. And it also did not care if the wishes were good or bad, in the sense that somebody wished somebody else would die, and so then the holder of the item was possessed by the spirit of Christmas and was going to murder somebody. But then on the other side, oh, look, I got my daddy back for Christmas and all this other stuff. It is a very, I guess you could say, neutral item where it can go either way. It just does what it does. The Christmas spirit has embodied it, and it is going to grant wishes. And it was formed from a famous event in World War I, where on Christmas Eve of 1916, 1915, maybe? I'm thinking probably 1916, because they would have had to have some time to build trenches. But basically, both sides got together and celebrated Christmas before going back to bombarding each other with artillery. But in that moment, they exchanged some toys that were made out of, ordnance, and that was embodying the true spirit of Christmas, of togetherness, even though these two sides were fighting. So in many aspects, these are kind of the same. These objects of power and some of the altered items, they are objects that are imbued with energy. Now, some of them, I gotta go back and see a little bit more, but some of them, I guess, could have been caused by emotion or different human interactions, but effectively the same thing. They're trying to contain them. But in the case of Warehouse 13, they've got a buttload, and it's all stored in a warehouse and categorized. And here, they're stumbling onto things all the time, and, well, their whole home base is an object of power, or a location of power, I should say. All right, oldest house. Let's learn a little bit more.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How did I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention. Unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't. Which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
Which is pretty cool, because if you're going to be a secret government organization, having a secret base, pretty rad. And Director
This
Trench.
Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense. An echo, maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. That's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
Alright, cool. We've exhausted all those. I'd exhausted a few before.
I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
I'm sure we will all have many questions. But yeah, again, Warehouse 13, same kind of thing. Hooray, collecting more things. Now, the oldest house, I believe, partly because I think it was even referred to as a tree.
Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
Everywhere and nowhere at once.
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Now I hear it.
A lot of these questions could be answered by obtaining a live specimen.
Yeah, I hear Ati. But of course, I don't remember where the elevator is. Oh, it's over there. I do like that you do get an auto map, a la Doom. Alright, we're gonna go to maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Yeah, the oldest house definitely feels like a reference to The House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski, if you've ever heard of that. Again, it is totally up the alley of all the same content. Or My House Wad, if you've heard the hype around that.
If I can find Ati here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
One of the other reasons I wanted to replay this, now that I have a PS5, is graphical fidelity. It's better. Already my frame rates are significantly better than when I played on PS4. It looks better, runs better. Also, if you have not been able to play with a PS5 before, it's amazing. The controller is simply amazing. I don't have the ability to get in there yet. The haptic feedback is crazy. I'm literally feeling every footstep that Jesse takes. Holding up the service weapon, there's no slowdown. Unlike Resident Evil, where like the shotgun, you feel it, and you do have to hold it down. Like I relaxed my finger and it would push it back up. But every shot you take with the service weapon, it's like pulling an actual trigger. It's far more interactive than just vibration.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
Ventilation in the janitor's office. And pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I forgot which one was duck. Because I literally just started playing this again last night. Oh! Oh no! Ooh-wee! I really do enjoy how quick and efficient the combat is. You're able to walk around and move, free fire, you can stop and aim a little bit. Once you actually get the other weapons, or the other forms of the service weapon, it definitely opens up a lot of possibilities. Primarily my strategy in my first playthrough was to just buff how much I could use my throwing ability. I'm like, oh yeah, cooldown reduction, energy consumption, yeah, we're just gonna reduce that all down so I can just throw all the things. And I will say, you know, really feeling each trigger pull definitely makes me want to just spam less when it comes to firing, though I still will sometimes if I feel like I can get a few shots in all at once. There we go. When in doubt, just throw some at his face. There we go. But yeah, going back to early game, oh man, you feel so weak. You can't dodge, you can hardly lift things. Oh, that was a BS. Yeah, no dodging, you can only lift a couple things, and all you've got is your standard service weapon. You don't even have stronger ones. Huh. Not much health to pick up. Oh, okay. A little bit. There we go. I wonder what that was. Oh, just sparking. Yeah, overall, this is a very fun game to play. It was not what I had originally expected. Because it is fast, it is compelling. Just all around a good time. So that door doesn't open. Gosh, I didn't think I got level 4 ability. Okay, so there will be coming back. That's the other thing. As I played through, I never figured out how to get through all that mold. And I've already found 2 areas now that seemed pretty mold filled. Like instantly. Yeah, that's interesting because I will have to come back for that. Because I really do not remember ever going in there, and I don't remember ever getting through any areas where that was filled up. That just goes to show you there's a lot more content. Mary Chase. Oh, this one is... Oh yeah, doesn't the floor fall through or something? I guess not. I thought it did. Okay, it does! I'm like, doesn't the floor fall through? And it did. It did. Yeah, that's the dodge thingy. Good. Good.
This place makes me nauseous.
Also, growing up, I did not have much love for brutalist design.
An object of power.
But I have absolutely come to enjoy it.
A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Because it is. Horsey, horsey, give me power. Right. Gosh. Now it's starting to feel like control again. Oh yeah, here's one of the other things I noticed. Like, season 1 of Loki. That whole area with He Who Remains looked very much like the astral plane here. Just the black and gold.
Let's see the hiss keep up with him.
There you go. Now, really, the only thing I'm missing is levitation. And fall again. And we're back. God, it feels so much better already being able to dash. Oh my gosh. Threshold kids. Hom bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah. Hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted. Otherwise, I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not the yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well.
Not up on
I'll hit
those,
the facts on the day.
Icelandic turns of phrase. Is it Icelandic? I'm pretty sure they're Icelandic.
Problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioners inside. He's starting to feel the band around his head. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
Don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The works on the task board here you can do later when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it, and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ati.
I also don't think I ever did all of the side missions either.
Yep. Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire.
So there's plenty of content for me to cover aside from just the primary plot line, which is cool. Yeah, that was the other thing I did notice. Like after playing Control and then playing.
So what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
Yeah, playing through Alan Wake. Somewhat similar controls, but like you're controlling the flashlight and everything. That also felt like very good when it came to the gameplay, very responsive. I'd have to go back and play the original Max Payne titles to see how they feel overall. I remember this area being a bit of frustration.
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security. He's in charge here.
Alright, Arish.
Hey! Chief Arish! FBC.
They all have HRAs.
Brah.
We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah. Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on. You're the new director. It's a pleasure. Ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden. Ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing. Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, it came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. It was out of it. It smelled like a bar mat. ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen. I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? That's catchy. Listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
All right.
Try to stay alive.
That's my own goal too. Try to stay alive.
Energy conversion is well below the acceptable percentage. Internal pressures climbing so fast.
Oh yeah, that makes me wonder. Yeah, I completely forgot when you're able to start doing things. The evade energy cost, efficiency, energy boost, health recovery up by 20%. You know what? We will do just in general energy boost right now. And yeah, I really just have the... Still do not have the shatter yet, so... Alright, that works out.
We're all going with it.
Oh, thanks, Frank.
Grab a file. Okay. Yeah, I remember struggling in this section, fighting all of the guys. Some rather close calls. Okay, here we go. Now we can do some fun upgrades. Launch damage, 10 energy. Alright, we're going to... More health. More energy. Okay. Weapon form slot. We can construct shatter. There we go. Let's see, secured. Damage boost. 100% energy. Goodness. All right. I remember shatter coming in handy quite a bit. Good stuff. So rate of fire boost. And then we'll give this one, oh, let's see. Yeah, we'll do that one. But I kind of want to deconstruct the less good one. There we go. Okay, personal mods. The 18%. There we go. Cool. And right now we're gonna start dealing with some dudes. Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting all that. And I do not like flying guys. Darn it! I was like, is he done shooting? Am I gonna go? And I totally picked the wrong time. I will say the other thing is I'm playing this now on an HDR monitor, and wow, like the reds are very red. It's so much better than when I played it on my old 32-inch TV. Yeah, just a regular old flat panel Samsung from over 10 years ago. Whoa! There we go. Alright, now we just got that flying SOP. There we go. Oh, more? Where did we get to? Whoa! That was close. Okay. Check for any secrets. I will say that's the other thing with it being all HDR now. It's like you get some major contrast. There's, you know, the bright reds and colors, and then when you find the darkness, it gets pretty dark. What? Oh, I thought that button would work. Yeah, brutalism. Getting back to that, oh my gosh. What an interesting design philosophy. Lots of concrete and angles. In many ways pretty utilitarian, but I don't know, there's just something about it. Wow, how did I just absolutely miss them? Oh, come on. What? I thought he was dead. There we go. Cleanse that control point. Yeah, growing up, I would regularly end up at the local police precinct, not because I was doing anything wrong, but because my father was actually a officer, and our particular local police headquarters
to fix it before the old fixmans inside.
Yeah, our particular police headquarters was so brutalist. It was just concrete all over on the outside, with some very unique and interesting textures, and then the lighting fixtures as well. Like, in many ways, the oldest house reminds me a lot of woo-wee being there when I grew up. Like, if you consider these columns and like these walls, imagine if instead of being, oh, you know what? Here's something I don't think I heard anyone talking about before. Clearly this is concrete, but it's got wood grain on it. Like, it's concrete. There's rebar and everything, but there's wood grain. I really don't think they're joking when they said that this place used to be a tree, or is like a representation of Yggdrasil, a world tree. Oh gosh, now I'm having flashbacks to this section. Oh, I hate the rocket guys so much. There's one. Oh! When you can use the puzzle pieces as weapons. Alright, I'm surprised it actually fit into there. Alright, excellent. Uh-oh. Ooh, what is that? Spin rate of fire upgrade. I'll tell you, this is a no spin zone.
Power fixed. Now let's fix the pumps and water flow.
Or rather, find out the other locations to put the power bricks. Because clearly they provided extras. Veritable boatload of them. I was wondering when it was gonna stop tracking with the carrying. Okay, there we go. Here, threshold remnant, alright. Is there really no other spots for them? Alright, unless I'm completely missing any slots for them, I think that's all good then. So there's just... oh, I can hop over the fence. Didn't occur to me to jump over the fence. Alright, here we go. Ah, the water pumps, that's right. Upcoming game reminder. Some really strange plants. No way to open that door? Okay. Okay. We'll take the elevator. Black Rock Quarry. Huh, already been an hour already. Before we go further, let's see. Wow, okay. I'm starting to realize there is a lot that I did not come back to when I played this first. Okay. And I guess we'll go back to control room. Or do we need to go to the power plant? Okay, the control room is behind that door, so I guess we'll go to the power plant, which will be a lower floor. Oh, okay, that was that door. Cool. Pick up some health. Alright, now we need to go to the coolant pumps. Hooray for coolant. Oh crap, I forgot about these guys! Ah! Oh no! Oh, I remember hating these guys. Oh, the explosive spider guys. They're just the worst. I died so many times to these guys. Quite easily my least favorite part of Control is having to fight these guys. Like, no joke. Those guys are serious day wreckers. I am astonished I didn't die there. I definitely died the first time I ever faced them. I think the interesting thing is, I did unlock, like, alternate costumes for Jesse, like, pretty early on when I first played through. Wow. Way to be a dick. Okay. Grab that health real quick. Ah! No! That's literally a worst nightmare scenario. Die. Lace is out. Die, Dan. God, I really hate those spider guys so much. Yeah, the thing I think of when whenever coolant pumps comes up as a thing, I immediately start thinking of Fallout. Because if you notice, in Fallout, yes, there is nuclear power, there's nuclear energy. However, the kind of nuclear energy that they're using...
My name is Dr.
Well, let's listen to this.
Lead researcher at the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself. Right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording. I need to convince them. Furnace, can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
Well, that's a bit too enthusiastic. Yeah, I forget what mission is you...
I crashed it. Barrels full of hazardous biological material. Just like breaking some environmental
That's
regulations.
right. Now I remember. This is one of the side quests.
If that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
Can I throw it from here? Solid. But yeah, even though you had, you know, the radioactive atomic age vehicles and everything, there was still a hidden cost that people didn't think of. That being the cost of coolant. So instead of going to a gas station to fuel up your vehicle, you wouldn't need to worry about your fuel. No. You need to worry about the coolant, ensuring that it doesn't overheat or anything. And I find that kind of funny that even in the supposed perfect utopian future, or not necessarily utopian future, but this future of atomic energy, there would still be the same problems that you would deal with fossil fuels. Because everybody's like, oh, if we got nuclear energy, you never even need to go to a gas station. Yeah, you'll need to go to a coolant station, though, to keep it from overheating. I just found that to be super funny when I started playing Fallout 4. Because you get to the Red Rocket, fuel station, and you realize, wait a second, here are these prices. Yeah, they're not using gasoline, it's all coolant prices. The only other question I would have with that is just the coolant. Is it non-reusable? Is it not recyclable? I mean, I guess the coolant would have to be a certain temperature to have cooling properties. So maybe over time it would indeed expend its function. Come on, where's the radioactive barrels? I thought there would be another one down here. We're only missing one now. And then the side mission is done. Come on, come on. Anywhere? I find it so strange that I would not be able to finish it. I must be missing it somewhere. It's gotta be pretty obvious or something. I see an area that I can probably get to after I get levitation. Oh, or maybe I can get there now. We're gonna give it a try. Alright, you carefully walk up. If I said carefully walk up, we're just gonna do tap dance real quick. Ah, come on, Jesse. I swear, I gotta be able to get up here. It's too conspicuous. Alright, Burger King, have it your way. I don't know, is the hazardous material out here? Ah, let's see down that tunnel. Ah, it's gotta be up there. Yep, there it is. There we go. 2 ability points. Alright, I like it. Cool. And we'll continue on. This almost looks like it leads to the Black Rock Quarry.
I don't like that sound.
Or the Foundation. Whoa. Alright. NSC coolant pumps.
Fixing it fast. The blast goes boom. We can't go this way.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh, come on. Oh, spider! Ah! Dang it. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've gotten so far without getting killed. Okay, weird. I'm like, it spawned me there. Okay, did it at least save my... Okay, cool. Should be able to take care of this, no problem.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
ASAP, Rocky. Oh. Kind of thought they would respawn, but I guess it did keep my progress from before death, so that works. projectile boost. Alright, we'll grab this one. And coolant pump. Begin.
Shit. What now?
Ah, that's right.
My old enemy, the block, is blocking.
Oh, Lord.
It's very clever. He's trying to sneak through. What would he stand in this?
Oh. Okay. I'm like, I thought I got rid of it, so it should be okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab some health. If it still is available. Oh, it's blocked me off. Okay. Good to know. Can't get through there. Bug complaint. Alright, so forward progress we shall make. Oh, what? I didn't realize it spewed on in intervals. Popping the pustules. Now I wish I had more health. I almost got killed there because I completely forgot about the whole go. So gross. Someone brought the G virus. And then it was gone. At least I'm pretty sure it's gone. Perkele.
Just hold together a little longer.
Don't want to forget this. Alright, now we should be able to put it back together. It's time to pump you up. thought I would have been able to get through now. Is there a part that I'm missing? I thought I connected all the things. Oh, I missed this one. That explains it. Literally picking up and throwing everything except for the one.
Let's go lift the lockdown.
Alright. Ah, more fighting. Crap. Grab some of that health. Yeah, I think in my first playthrough I did not make use of the melee nearly enough. Ready to destructo disc anybody who challenges me. Yeah, where's the last person at? Because clearly I'm still locked out. Oh, snaps! Stay away. Stay away. There we go. Hooey. I did not expect a boss enemy. To be honest, I remember far fewer boss enemies in the first release. I'm sure they were probably here the whole time. I just am not remembering clearly. Yeah, it's still locked. I find it interesting that it's showing such motion blur on my capture. I have motion blur turned off, so it shouldn't be going that much. Yeah, that's one thing I'm really missing is since I do not have my DisplayPort connection working right now, I am not able to take advantage of my 200 hertz. That's right, I have a 200 hertz monitor. It's insane. Oh yeah, protect my guys. See how many FBC employees I can save. No! I think this is one of the battles that I remember being a little bit challenging. Really make me backtrack all the way here? I guess this is the most recent save location.
I don't like that sound.
I don't know why I didn't just call for it right here. I also don't remember being able to shoot so many times with the service weapon, like, at default. Oh no! Again, I freaking hate the spider guys. There we go. Okay, keep moving, keep moving. Oh, sweet. I managed to do it with keeping them alive. Awesome. Oh, ventilation. Don't mind if I do. Oh wow, okay, we really did loop back to Ati's office. Okay. Oops. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna close out of the menu. It's like, no, you're not closing out of a menu. It's an auto map. Okay. I started heading the wrong direction. Nice to know that there's a shortcut, though. Because quite frankly, I continue to forget about things. I mean, when you think about it, it has been nearly 3 years since I last played this, so... Maintenance, energy converters, elevator... Can I take the elevator to that level? I feel like I should be able to. Energy converters. Ah, yep. Let's say. Cleanse the control point. Finally feels like I'm at least kind of getting back into the swing of things with this game. Remembering what I can do defensively with ducking.
Forces contain the lockdown. Only lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came.
An override with the gun. Which again is a really interesting concept as well. Just a sort of ubiquitous and universal sort of weapon. I know that the board refers to the weapon as Excalibur at one point. So sort of an archetypal...
That's it. The other sector should be open now. I think it's time I told Emily why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Archetypal heroes, weapon, and everything. Let's increase the launch damage. And let's get ourselves some more health. Yeah, I need a couple more if I want.
You two should get to know each other.
As for constructs, we can actually make spin now. I don't often use spin, but honestly, it's worth checking out for a little bit. 'Cause I know I like shatter. Spin, I do have a couple mods for. We've got... Oh, that's just plain, okay. Oh, wait, no, accuracy boost. Rate of fire. Damage boost. Sure, we'll give this a try. Personal mods. Health boost 20. Health boost 22. And we'll do health boost 22. Spin. Oh. So I've not played too many games on the PS3 that have, you know, rapid fire weapons like this. Oh, that's so cool. Don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but if I go, every time that I fire, it totally vibrates. Oh, that's so weird. I absolutely love the DualSense controller so much. Honestly, the only thing that I would want to tweak is getting more airflow. Because my hands, they do get pretty sweaty on there. I remember an ex-uncle, he had a GameCube controller that actually had a built-in fan, and that thing was awesome. Still the strangest thing to ever use, because you're holding it, and in the actual grips were openings where there was a fan, and it would blow, and it's like my hands felt like they were flying off the controller, even though the fans were very weak. It was just, you could feel a breeze. It was almost like you weren't holding anything. I do appreciate the grip on this particular controller, but boy, am I noticing how smooth a lot of it has gotten. I noticed it a lot with the PS4 controller. I had the Days of Play edition from 2019. I still have it, but it's all great. Oh, Dr. Darling, let's watch.
Somebody thought this video would make for great internal communications. I'm looking at you.
It looks so good.
So, this is where the magic happens. Anyway, I've been here for 24 years now. I've always been here. And through those years, we've made astonishing discoveries, authored studies of great importance, and in all this work, there is one thing we know, and that's how little we truly know. Rest assured, we're committed to keep pushing the known laws and borders of reality, and to make the Bureau proud. So, welcome. Assuming you have the necessary clearance, and do follow the safety protocols. Read the manual. Otherwise, bad things will happen.
That is just so cool. I just love the whole premise behind this, and the fact that there's like the ritual division. Like, it's so cool. Being able to blend in aspects of traditional folklore with more science fiction things. It's really awesome. And in some ways, I get even more House of Leaves vibes, because after like the whole event with the house and the Navidsons, or the Navidsons, there's like a brief mention of how, like, in the distant past, people were said to go into the woods and disappear, very much like you would get lost inside the house and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, these seemingly modern events actually have far more ancient origin points. And how the world, it's not just weird now, it has been strange, unique, and mysterious throughout all time. I mean, dealing with quantum physics now, we can kind of conceptualize some things and be like, okay, this might be what's happening. But go back to, you know, the 1700s, and you've just got random people walking around, or even earlier. I mean, gosh, you got all these stories about, you know, portals to different worlds, and, you know, spiritual beings living out in nature and trying to live in harmony with nature. It is rife with narrative potential. Which is actually one aspect I want to touch on in some of my own creative works. Because a real driving force in my life, I guess you could say, would be a search for the truth, because I feel there are far more things in this world that go unexplained, not necessarily because we don't understand them, or at least we, you know, don't notice them, but because they're trying to essentially do what the FBC is doing and control them. Sort of limit the influence or impact that different bits of information have on the public as a whole. As we learn more through scientific experimentation and technological developments, we are discovering things we never thought possible, things that would, quite frankly, melt the brains of individuals, even a decade or 2 decades ago. Alright, spin's not as bad as I remember. I might actually use it for a little while. Now, of course, topics such as parapsychology are quite divisive. And I wholeheartedly support all skeptics out there. Because without skepticism, yeah, you're just accepting things blindly. So, in many respects, skeptics are pretty much aligned with what I'm thinking, which is, you know, searching for the truth of things behind the smoke and mirrors, essentially. Because I feel like there are plenty of unexplained events that are worth researching, and a certain level of phenomena that can be explained. And there's probably some that can't be explained, or at least not explained right now. Yeah, if we can find an explanation, I'm absolutely all for it. And of course I see those memes where they're talking about how, you know, our brains are mostly fat, so we're statically charged, you know, bits of fatty meat inside of skull cages, vividly hallucinating reality. Or bound to have some... Oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk to Emily, but I'm kind of like skipping ahead. But like all the weirdness of the universe could be just explained by the weirdness and strange reality of human consciousness itself. And you can go the Rick and Morty approach that there is no inherent meaning to anything. And I know for a lot of people would be like, but there must be some meaning to life. It's like, not necessarily. Everything could be just simply a cosmic accident. Either way, personally, I would like to know, is it a cosmic accident, or has there been some sort of strange grand design? Ah, the orbs! I forgot about those. Oh heck, and a boss guy? That's just not fair. Oh, too far! Oh god. Oh man. I am so lucky I didn't die from fall damage there. Aw, schnibble. Rather astonishingly, there was health radio. I guess I shouldn't be overall surprised I did kill a couple of guys there. Oh, there's plenty over here. Healthy. Did I already open this one? Did not open this one yet. Intrusive pattern. I never went down here either. How did I miss this? Oh. Have I completely just missed this initially? Because yeah, this is like Dr. Darling's office. I'm assuming that's some lyrics from the Poets of the Fall. Poets of the Fall, Ultraviolet. Oh, and that symbol, that's going to show up later. Does something happen if you listen to the song? Okay, I would listen, but it's probably a copyright violation waiting to happen, unfortunately. Which is a bummer, because I feel that's part of the experience of this game. And that should not be... Yeah, should not be a penalty. Especially on a platform that is all about playing the games and enjoying them. Ah! The Brainiacs. I don't remember what they're actually called, but... I'm looking for that sphere. It's behind the wall. Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Whoa! Huh. I thought this stuff would hurt me, but apparently it does not hurt me. Yeah, I feel like I'm not necessarily supposed to be down here until I get the levitation ability, but I might give it a try. Alright, here we are. On the lower floor. Even this one's already been changed to my face. Hello, hello. What bonuses do we have here? Spin grouping efficiency. I don't know why I did that. Alright, instead of rate of fire, grouping efficiency. Might help if I actually... Okay, a little bit more directed. I like that. Oh yeah, this is that whole underground area that I never fully went through either. I wonder. Come on, Jess. Work with me here. Alright. Because this door's unlocked. Even if I couldn't get through the other one. Oh, yes. That's right. The snipers. Yeah, I definitely get the feeling I am here far too early. Gosh, I can't even hardly see. Did I just stop? I fell down a hole, I think. There's nothing. Shatter, recoil, efficiency, energy boost. Okay. God, I literally cannot see. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's better. Or at least, sort of. Still can't seem to figure my way out of here. Over here? No. Okay, I had to have fallen down. Okay, there we go. Alright. I'm going to return to this because I understand that it is not where I should be right now. Oh. Is there a power brick somewhere? I didn't notice that the first time. There it is. Oh, does that reactivate the... Yeah, that reactivates the elevator. Okay. Okay, cool. We can come back to this at some other point. Right now, I should... I love that you can grab things and hit somebody from behind. Smack them in the back of the head and throw it back out. Alright, we need to get back to the elevator to get to Central Executive and speak with Emily. Oh, Executive Sector. Alright. Making our way back here. Gonna clear all the things up, you know. The Nostalgia Department. I don't remember Nostalgia Department, but that's a fantastic name for department. Weird kind of shadow texture. Okay. Must go meet with the Pope.
You mean like in person?
Jesse, you made it. And you lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Listen, Emily.
Screw it. Just tell her.
I haven't been completely honest. I
I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through.
That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside.
But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan.
I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. He covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, assume everything's classified. I looked into the Ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along.
She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes. But one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the hiss first attacked.
So Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan.
I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my key card. The sector elevator will take you there.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Now, there's one thing about Alan Wake that I feel like this game almost does, is when you finish a part of the main quest line or the main storyline, you end up almost having like an end of episode break. So like that would have been the way to end the previous episode, and then you would start up the next one. That is one thing I do like about Alan Wake, is how every mission is essentially an episode. If you happen to watch my Wild Arms 2 stream, same thing there. Like, you started off and it plays the intro credits. Then at the end, if you say you're going to quit the game, it plays an end credits theme. It's pretty cool. Alright. So, still don't have any extra outfits. I think originally, a couple of them were from pre-orders, and I bought the digital deluxe edition of the fourth one, or not the fourth one, of the PS4 version. So that's how I got some of the stuff. So I don't know. I might be able to get some of that. I will have to check. Yes, I want the grenade launch back. I'm out of stuff now. Alright. Yeah, I hardly ever use the melee. I'm upgrading everything else, pretty much. I might upgrade the melee a little bit more at some point. Pierce. Pierce was an interesting one to use. But honestly, I'd much rather upgrade grip rather than use Pierce. Alright, well, I am going to go ahead and pause this for a little bit, because I've been streaming for 2 hours, sans break. I do want to stream for a little bit longer, just to make up for the fact that I haven't been streaming the last few days. So I'm going to go on a break real quick. Let me shift over to my other screen, because I do not have a Stream Deck, so I cannot just hit a button to change scenes. We're going to switch back, so I will go to my face. So, I'm going to go ahead, take a break for a couple minutes, and we'll be right back to more Control. Swaswa, swaswa. There we go, BRB. And we're back. Or at least we're about to be back. Here we go. Hello, face. Okay, there we go. Gotta wait for the autofocus. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pop on back to control here. I don't know why I selected my DisplayPort display. It's not going to pop anything up. Okay, but it did switch over to the PS5.
Any questions? Are they communicating? Coordinating? What about the plant tractor?
So while I took a break, I double checked, and yeah, so the outfits that I originally had, they were only available on PS4. One that I didn't have. Oh, okay. Check mark now that it's done. Awesome. One that it didn't have because it didn't pre-order, and then they never allowed you to purchase it later. And then the other two, one was the Astral Dive suit, and then the gosh, what was it? It's like the local tactics or whatever, neighborhood tactics. That outfit was the only other one, and that too was stuck on the PS4, which I think is a bit of a bummer, even though I am not a big fan of, you know, monetizing skins and everything. I do think that is a missed opportunity to get all the content. Also, I do think it's a real bummer that they didn't just release a patch or gave a free upgrade to a PS5 version of Control. Honestly, free PS5 upgrade and then charging what, a $10 fee to Digital Deluxe, but then bundle in those extra outfits and are those new enemies? I don't remember those weapons. Did they add new stuff? I must just be misremembering things. Although I don't really remember gas mask guys too much either. Gosh, I bet there's probably just a ton I do not remember right now. But yeah, if they had just gone the route of a free upgrade to the PS5 edition, if you had the PS4 version, and then giving you the option to purchase all the DLC plus the pre-order content that they weren't going to give out anymore anyway. Then I would say okay. I mean, it wouldn't have made any difference for me either way, seeing as I've got a digital-only PS5, so I do not get most of the free upgrades that I wish I could get, as I own several PS4 games that do get upgrades, but only if you have the physical disc, which is a real bummer, because I did pay for those. But because they cannot verify it, then I do not get to benefit. That's the problem with Death Stranding as well. Because I purchased a physical disc and then I'm not able to get the upgrade. Which I know is kind of weird. It's like, wait, you can get the upgrade if you've got a physical disc, but because I do not have a physical console, I cannot use my disc to get the physical upgrade. It's frustration all around. Yeah, the situation with Death Stranding is actually pretty crazy. So it's actually Death Stranding that led to me getting a PS5, which sounds strange, certainly. The situation was that I was watching the Game Awards last year, and there was the trailer for Death Stranding 2. And I was sufficiently convinced that I wanted to check it out, and I decided, okay, you know what, I'll go ahead and I will play Death Stranding. Well, at the same time, it was announced that there was a deal on Death Stranding, and I was able to get the deluxe edition on PC for really cheap. I would later regret doing that purchase, because then everybody got it pretty much for free, and it was like, well, okay. Did something glitch? Goodness. Oh, okay. So that's why they looked weird. But yeah, now several times over, Death Stranding has been given away.
I need to reach her.
But it was a I mean, I'm still actually not done with it, but I was immediately way more invested than when I first tried playing it in quarantine and everything. Like, I gave it a try, but then started playing more Doom Eternal, and then also managed to get a Switch, and Breath of the Wild took over everything. Actually getting some time to put in some focus and everything, I ended up totally loving the storyline and mechanics of Death Stranding. And then what I heard, because I was like, oh, there's no way I can get a PS5 anytime soon, I had heard that you could use the DualSense controllers on PC and still get the responsive trigger effects, because that's primarily what I was looking for, and I wanted to experience Death Stranding the best way I could, which I will say, on an ultra-wide monitor, it looks so amazing. And what ended up occurring is, on my trip to the store, just to pick up a DualSense controller, heck, even to just... Oh, okay, I'm gonna listen to this real quick.
Regardless, this place is vitally important to the Bureau. Most information on the astral plane is classified, but we can talk in broad strokes, keeping in mind that these are staggeringly complex systems, and simplification does them no justice. Now, the white non-space, the ever-present inverted black pyramid. The board, all linked. Intrinsically tied to the oldest house, tied to the director, the process.
Oh, and this is a younger Dr. Darling.
Objects of power.
His hair seems dyed darker.
Yes.
Anyway, as I was saying, I get to the store, and as I'm about to take a look at the controllers, I see a box. Not just any box. A box that had a PS5. Now this is like a month before they were like, hey, our supply issues are back. Or, I mean, done. Now you can buy one. So I kind of jumped on it immediately when I saw it. More than I ever intended to. And so then I ended up with this PS5. Took advantage of the free month of getting some things, and I ended up playing practically all.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective, but that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then one could argue that that's the case with all reality. We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it. That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement, native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made. We don't have footage of this, a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. Proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Okay. Also very interesting discussion and topics there. Being able to visit an astral space with your mind and bringing back something very Doctor Who-esque. Anything that holds the image of an angel becomes an angel, etc., etc. But yeah, so I ended up with a PS5, played through.
I can't believe they keep that thing here.
I mean, why not? I mean, what else are you gonna do with it? That would be very freaky to see in person. Assuredly. I'd just be wondering, like, what is it comprised of? I gotta see some of these klaxons are quite intense. I definitely like them. Ooh, that thing's really catching up. I'm surprised it didn't come down this way. I don't know where another one would be. Give this a try though. Is there another one in here or something? Goodness. There's the other one. I honestly did not see it over here for the longest time. I wonder if there... some sort of achievement for getting it stuck in there? Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, why would they let you close the door like that inside there? I'm gonna see if I can get it trapped. I know I can hit that other door and continue on, but I am intrigued.
Doing with that thing?
Oh, okay. I was supposed to trap it back there.
We need backup down here.
Marshall, are you still there?
Shit.
What, Mom?
We're so close. We need to hurry.
But yeah, anyway, I very much enjoyed playing Death Stranding. That's how I ended up with that. And then I promptly got very bummed because due to financial situations, I was not spending any money on PS Plus anymore. And so for a while, I was fully unable to play this or Death Stranding. Now I've got access to both. And I don't know if I'll play Death Stranding on stream, just because I feel like it is more of a meditative game, more of an internal sort of exploration situation. That, and I don't know how entertaining it would be to watch me rebuild all the roads I think that's the thing I'm most upset about is I bet by the time I hop back in, none of the roads will be built anymore and I have to rebuild them. Part of me found great enjoyment in doing that, but that was with the expectation that I was, you know, playing through in a rather contained portion of time, because I know things reset and deteriorate after a certain point in time, and this was all still surrounding the hype of, oh hey, you know, Death Stranding 2's coming out, and also it was again during those times when there were some insane deals and the pre-releases, so the player base was significantly higher than it would be right now. Because I'm sure if I hopped in now, there'd be no roads and I'd have to rebuild everything. And I spent a unreasonable amount of time playing that game, I think. I was certainly engaging with my games in a almost a binging manner. Just sort of escaping the world, not necessarily because I needed to, but because I really didn't know what else to do at the time. And I think that it just comes with the territory of it being winter. I am not a winter person at all. Honestly, I felt like a completely different person since March, as soon as the weather... There's a bug on the outside of my window. Been this way since the end of March, when I got to have a spring break. Not a vacation anywhere, but just a break from, you know, the day-to-day monotony.
Marshall, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm coming to help.
Faden? Hold on. I'm setting the elevator for you. You need to talk.
She got that right.
Oh, that's right, boss fight.
More of you?
And it was the spider guys, that's right. I don't think I had any problems with this particular one. But I feel like I remember the rest of the game going fairly quickly past this particular point. But yeah, for me, I never been diagnosed, but definitely feel what could be considered seasonal affective disorder. As soon as it's winter, everything goes bad. And at times I didn't realize it, but I was going through a pretty solid depression there. But as soon as we started getting some sun back, oh my gosh, it was absolutely life-changing. It completely changed how I was feeling, and all it was the addition of warmth and sunlight. The one thing I need to sneak in during the winters up here in the Midwest. Because forget winter. I hate it. Too dark, too cold. Only good part is Christmas. Everything else, though, do not like it. That's why this summer, oh my gosh, this summer is fantastic already. I'm gonna be spending as much time as I can outside. What did I just grab? Oh, 4-leaf clover.
There you are. I was starting to worry.
Did I just increase my luck? I know there's a whole thing here I never did with luck. Okay, capturing luck and dispensing luck. So I've got a 4-leaf clover. Oh wow, I don't know. Where's she there? Maneki Neko. Alright, now what about this elephant? Oh, Newton's Cradle. Oh. Interesting. Newton's Cradle. Knock it into a thing as a metronome, I guess.
Congratulations on your appointment, Director Phaeton. I'm Helen Marshall, head of Bureau Operations. Zachariah's dead then, and I assume you found his gun.
Just call me Jesse. Trench told me to find you. He said you could help.
And he told you this through the hotline. Makes sense.
None of this phases her? Really?
Here's the situation. Darling created the HRAs in a lab nearby.
I mean, I don't know why Jesse would be like, hey, none of this is phasing you?
Not against those things. We need more
You
fire.
realize you're
At least she seems
quite
to know what's going on
literally
here.
walking into the Department
She
of
could
Weird.
know about Dylan.
I can clear out the hiss. I'll be your firepower.
That's a
Like-
good answer.
Is she testing me?
Darling has systems in place to protect his labs. This should
Like, I don't get that, Jesse.
We'll talk
You
more after
walk in,
this.
you already know what this place is about by this point. You've literally been
Rangers,
dealing with crazy
let's move.
alien things, and
Have to
the
lock
fact
the
that somebody
door
is not
behind
phased, like,
Sorry,
and he's
sorry,
talking to
we
the
can't risk
phone.
the
Okay, alright. You should be putting 2 and 2 and 2 together, Jesse. Like, things are absolutely bonkers here. Honestly, I have no clue if I can save anybody here. That is another thing I do enjoy about this, I guess you could say, franchise, connected universe, what have you. Like, they're bringing in a lot of aspects of human psychology and the paranormal. Like, we're discussing the nature of rituals and everything. Because a lot of people believe in luck. And then there's the science of probability. But the thought you can do a ritual or have an item to influence probability. It's something that's been very pervasive in human history. Everyone has ideas of the objects and luck and everything. And when it gets down to it, they're all attempting to influence probability. And again, it's an ancient thing. It's a deeply ingrained part of the human psyche to really try and do something as crazy as influencing probability. But then again, considering that people have been engaging in this since a point far before we had any real recognizable modern conceptions. Especially with mathematics and everything. Come on. There we go. I thought it would have been done as soon as I took care of that one. There we go. Did we do it? Alright, I managed to keep... Oh, sweet. 2 of them alive. That's awesome. Yeah, because you just got to think back hundreds of years ago. I'm holding on to this. This is my lucky such and such. Where did that idea come from? And probability was not defined until a long time later. It's like the likelihood of a particular outcome. Right, lots of health if I ever need to come back for any. Now, protective studies. The ritual office. Let's go to the ritual office first. But yeah, it's a particular concept that I would find interesting because yeah, not only are you trying to affect probability through carrying like a lucky item, then people have their pre-game rituals, certain particular steps you take to achieve a particular outcome. In many cases, you could, in fact, label scientific experiments as rituals based on the results. You know, it's a ritual to summon such and such. Well, yeah, you combine this and this and this in this order. Now, obviously, you don't have to have any sort of somatic components. That would be kind of weird if you had to say something to, you know, synthesize a material, but the point is still valid. So is there just nothing in here? Why would it let me come in here if there's no... through something there. Alright, hang on. The human psyche is a weird, strange place. And this game is one such thing that is poking and prodding at those strange places. Doing all sorts of ritual studies is exactly what you would have to do to learn more about the human psyche in that particular situation. And the ideas of astral projection and out-of-body experiences, encounters with ghosts, etc. All the paranormal, all the parapsychological implications. They're all interesting to explore. As long as no one is engaging in
Altered item number
charlatanism.
52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the
Robert
item.
Ducky.
First, a low voltage electric shock.
Robert Ducky.
No response. Next, I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner. No response. Next, a series of solutions will be applied, each with a different value on the pH scale, from 0 to 14. No response to any value. Next, I will attempt to communicate. Can you understand me? Can you understand my words? Quack if you can understand my words. No response. This concludes session 2. We'll need time to prepare further tests.
This way to the lab? Okay. You must like these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
Another area I feel worth exploring is one looked at by Carl Jung, the collective unconscious, where we get our ideas and thoughts from. Who came up with these various archetypes and what purpose and what role do they serve? Is there a deeper and more intrinsic meaning? And that's what I could say about this room as well. Is there any point? Oh, I see. There is indeed a point that will not be available until later in the game. Again, finding areas that I do not remember being here. Absolutely Metroidvania. That is... Okay. Okay, now I remember. We need that there. Ah, so close. Okay, that worked.
You led me here. Any idea how to make it work?
The HRA lab.
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can do.
Oh boy. Puzzle time. I remember this being a little bit tricky from what I remember. That being said, it's demonstrated thus far. Who knows how reliable my memory is when it comes to these things. I think I found all 4.
So we need to find all the punch cards.
Oh, okay, this should be the last one. Punch cards. Can we affect it? Yeah, because this is the primary symbol I've been seeing all around. Is this 1? Okay, that's 4. 4, we do know that symbol. Should it be this one? Yep, that's the one. 1 should be the umbrella logo. Figure out 1. 5, 3, 2.
Each punch card should correspond to a terminal.
I'm not that lost. There we go. 1. Well, great. I don't know which one. So yeah, that's the same.
These whiteboard drawings may be important.
Oh wait, does it just automatically put the right ones in?
It looks like he was working on something to do with these symbols.
Okay, no, it's not what it was.
What do the symbols mean?
I don't know. Okay. Well, I lucked into that one. That happens a lot with puzzles for me. Is I accidentally intuit the solution.
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan.
Aw, I missed. Thought I could throw my water bottle into my hand. Alright, so now, wait, speak with her. Why not just trigger the cutscene right then and there?
We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab down in the Blackrock processing site and maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way.
How long will that take? Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go.
I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it, I'm the only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately. And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Here,
well,
this will lead back to Central Research.
If there was any good a time as ever to bow out for the day, this would likely be it. The end of yet another one of those episodes. Oh. It literally was right by the elevator. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go back up just to the executive sector. And we're gonna call it there as the game auto-saves. Cool beans. Grasping at space straws.
And why couldn't it vibrate molecules in order to alter?
Abilities real quick. Do I really want to do? Yeah, fine. Hooray, extra personal mod slot.
Human physiology. It would explain the hair loss.
Alright.
Think about it.
We'll take care of this. Quick. Oh, personal mods are down there. Alright, what do we have personal mod wise? We'll attach these, that way we're set up to go by the time we come back. Let's see, launch energy -12, energy recovery speed 27. We want that. The health, do we want anything? Speed cost -11%. Launch efficiency 12%. Energy cost -7. 7. Launch energy cost.
That would require is unthinkable.
And if I fast travel, intelligence should be getting me there pretty quickly, I think. Oh well, this will guarantee that it at least saves.
Marshall knows something about Dylan. Is he here? Is he alright? HRA's first. They'll help save everyone, including Dylan, once I find him. Can you keep him safe? Like you do with me?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and shift on back to me. But from a different angle. Alright, so that is gonna be it for today. Yeah, need some good progress in Control. Probably will come back with Control a little bit later. Probably not today, maybe tomorrow. 3-day weekend, and of course school is now officially out. I do still have another thing to do on Tuesday, but beyond that point, I am done with school until the following Monday, because I'm teaching summer school, so early afternoon streams will be only on weekends, and probably going to do evening streams, hopefully, for the next couple months, but we'll see. We'll see how things shake out, so thanks for tuning in, especially for VODs, because nobody popped in this time. But if you're checking this out on YouTube, shoot me a like, shoot me a sub. Don't shoot me with anything else, though. Also, you can check out my Substack channel, where I have been discussing a few things about some video games I've been playing recently. It's all about technology, teaching, mental health, movies, all sorts of good stuff. I've got 3 podcasts as well. Memoirs of a Recovering Nice Guy, Men's Health Podcast. I've got Thematiquics, short little topics that I cover in quick little bits. And of course, my third is 1995, the 90s Sci-Fi Podcast, wherein I discuss different sci-fi shows from the 1990s, but we'll be branching into some other sci-fi properties as well. I'm sure there's probably going to be an episode on the X-Files. But, yeah. Check it out if you'd like. And, yeah, you can find any of those podcasts on pretty much every platform. I don't know why I clicked that. This is my PC capture, but I don't have it on there. Anyway, you can check it out. It's on Apple, Spotify, most other podcatchers. So, hey, bye. Have some fun. Make sure you drink some water. Go touch some grass. You know, all sorts of different things. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. So long. Adios.